Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Well, 6 minutes is a bit challenging for our story, but I'm just going to try to tell you in that time what we're trying to solve and what we have achieved so far with tapu.com. Just to give you the reference, tapu means the title deed, the piece of paper that tells you you own a piece of property. So we have a pretty much generic name in Turkish. So we're operating in a market with a huge potential. We are based in Istanbul, and we're only focusing on Turkey right now. And Turkey is actually the 13th largest economy in the world if you think of the purchasing power parity adjustment. And Turkey actually has the largest number of property transactions in Europe. Just to give you a reference, UK has 1.3 million, Germany has 1.1 million, and Turkey has 1.5 million property transactions every year. And there's more coming. Due to the earthquake hazard zones, there's going to be at least 6 million new housing stock going to be built over the next 10 to 15 years. And in terms of real estate financing, if you just compare the mortgage to GDP ratios with the EU members, we have just started. So Turkey is in its early days in terms of real estate financing. But we have a huge problem with this huge market because there's no brokerage or there's no agent regulation. So everyone can act like one. So what happens when these guys put up listings online? They're missing crucial information or they are generally misleading. And of course, the prices are speculative and inflated. What happens is that there's a huge turnoff on the buyer side. There's a huge loss of time and there's a huge lack of trust. So we're basically trying to solve this loss of time and lack of trust issue in the real estate transactions in our market. This is our solution. We're trying to own the listing. We're trying to own the whole process end to end. And we start by owning the listing. When I say own the listing, we're signing exclusive contracts. We're verifying the listing exists with the legal appraisal report. And we're actually hiding the seller and we agree on the minimums up front. Then we own the audience. That means we're marketing per title, per property, and we're creating an interested audience base. And we're actually show and tell information verified by the legal appraisal report even before anyone asks. So what happens is that we own the conversation as well. The phone number is our phone number. We are providing customer support, including Facebook Messenger and in all the other live chat channels you can ever think of. So we are also owning the conversation. We are, at the end, owning the auction. We're actually pre-authorizing credit cards to just verify serious bidders, and we're actually conducting the auction, and we're only charging the winner. At the end, when I said own the process end to end, we're basically coordinating everything for the closing, including loans application, including paper pushing on both sides, and we're completing the service with the title transaction. So what happens with this owning the process? In the last 2 years, we have this traction, and our October monthly visit is 1.5 million. We have sold 600 properties over the last 2 years, and we have completed transactions in 62 cities out of the 81 we have in Turkey. And in terms of the lack of trust and loss of time I was telling you about on the problem side, we now have winning bids coming under 38 hours once we post the property online. So we even have some lawyers in the market who have kicked the tires on the platform. You can think of the lawyers as the most skeptics all around. So we even have clients as lawyers. So where this can go? Talking about midterm objectives, we have, I'm bringing you two scenarios over here. Right now, the number of transactions is 1.5 million in Turkey, and it's still growing. And I'm presenting you 2% and 4% market share scenarios. basically we now have the scalable model which can bring us tens of thousands of transactions per year. So in between those scenarios, we can easily hit a $100 million revenue company in about 5 years with a GMV over $2 billion. Talking about the team, we're coming, me and Ali, we are coming from the local classifieds giant Sahibinden. I was the head of the real estate business over there, as well as being the CMO. And Ali was the head of digital marketing at Sahibinden. And now, who recently joined us, we now have Zafer. He's our VP of product, and he joins us from the search engine Yandex. He was the country manager in Turkey. And that brings me to an end. Thank you. You can just see me for questions during the event.